What is going on, Metaverse? So you've discovered Noor and recognize that something very different is going on with this project, but you have no idea what it's all about. Have no fear. I'm here to give you an overview into the economic side of Noor. Now, firstly, if you don't really understand what the project is at all, I recommend you go back to my first video titled Putting the Sports Back in eSports. This is an overview of the basic concepts of Noor and what they're trying to accomplish. I recommend watching that first and then coming back here to get a much more detailed overview of the economic side of the gameplay around the project. That said, if you already have a general understanding and you want to do a deep dive into what's going on with the economy as a whole, you're in the right place. So let's see what Annie knows about understanding the economic metagame of Noor. To start with, remember that Noor separates the economic side of the gameplay with the competitive gameplay, or what we'll call the infra game. Playing on the economic side of Noor is very different than any other Web3 game that's out there today. In order to understand this, we're going to begin with 3 W questions that we ask ourselves. Firstly, who are you within the economic world of Noor? Secondly, where are you located in terms of the physical proximity within the city to other key atmospheres and events that you're going to be engaged with? And thirdly, when are you within the world of Noor? The concept of time and cycles and seasons is very critical to gameplay, and so you need to understand how that fits together. Who are you within the economic world of Noor? So, to become an economic player within the world of Noor, there are 2 key elements that you need to hold in order to be able to participate. Firstly, you have to be a citizen of the city, which means that you hold an NFT called an aspect of the 9. The second condition is that you hold a plot of land, and so therefore you're a landholder within the world of Noor. These aspects and the land that you own together form the basis of all of the economic activity that you can engage in. These 2 requirements are going to define the who and the where in the world of Noor. So let's start off with the who. Firstly, all citizens of Korra are descendants of the 9. In the world of Noor, the entire economy is structured as if it's a gigantic city. The name of that city is called Korra. And within that city, there are 9 different aspects that have an influence on the economic gameplay. These aspects are going to impact different parts of the world in unique ways. And the aspects are different elements that we would commonly think of in the real world. So it could be something like an architect or an artist or a politician. I'll show you the overview of all of them in a little bit, as well as what their actual impacts are on the economy. But in general, recognize that each one of them has specific powers that they're able to exert, as are all of the descendants of the 9. So as a descendant of the 9, what this means is anyone who holds an aspect has at least one element from 2 or more of these 9 that you're able to use to influence the world that you're engaged in. The 9 are actually structured as a concentric set of rings moving outward from the core aspects. So what this means is the first aspect of the 9 might be simply the profit aspect. This NFT is held by the design team at Noor, and so they're able to influence the gameplay in different ways to ensure that there's appropriate balance within the universe. Anyone who's a descendant of the profit NFT as a second aspect holder, a third aspect holder, a fourth aspect holder, this means that they have some semblance of the power that comes from that core NFT. So, as a prophet, you are able to gain additional benefits and have additional bonuses in attracting people to play within the Noor ecosystem. Each of the aspects, or NFTs, have the ability to influence the world, and they have increasing and decreasing power levels depending on how close you are to the original 9. In this case, the original first aspects of the 9 are the actual 9 themselves. These are controlled by the development team at Noor and able to ensure that there's overall balance within the economy and to control the overall meta gameplay. All of the additional 9 are descendants from these, and so what this means is as you move further and further away from the center, they get less and less powerful. So the second aspects of the 9 are the most powerful player-held NFTs that anyone can possess. Additionally, the third aspects of the 9 are weaker than the second, but stronger than the fourth, and so on as you move outward from the center ring of the circle of power. These additional aspects of the 9 have elements that are taken from 2 or more of the original 9. So, what that means is a second aspect might hold a prophet and a warrior element. Both of those are going to give you small components of the power that the original prophet and warrior would have available to them. And so you'll be able to influence the ability to attract new players into Nor and the ability to control teams and players as they enter the arena to sponsor them in individual tournaments. These are a couple elements that the Prophet and the Warrior respectively give to players. And so, by virtue of holding an NFT that has those two elements within the aspect of the nine, you're able to control that part of the economic metagame within the world. As economic activity is taking place within the universe, the aspect holders are able to engage with it by either bidding or voting or purchasing or transacting in some unique ways within the platform. And so you may want to have control over things like team ownership or marketing of a particular tournament, streaming of gameplay onto Twitch or onto YouTube. Any of these are what I'm calling economic contributions that you can make to the world of Nor. And as such, you're going to be empowered to do so by virtue of the aspect that you own. In order to see some more details, I recommend you jump over to the white paper, which I'll link in the description below. However, for now, just recognize that you'll have an individual power level that you're able to influence within the world, and different types of the economy that you can influence more strongly than others by virtue of whichever NFT you hold. This determines who you are within the world of Nor.